What's good, real family? It's your boy Trey the Realist from Real Ass Conversations in episode number 46. And I got a bunch of St. Louis boys in. I'm going back to
Yeah.
back. Got another 314 boy in, my boy Ryan. He been doing big things since he been in Dallas. I'm going to pass it all to him so he can drop his tag.
Yes, sir. My Instagram tag is train with 24. That's underscore train with 24. And then my business Instagram is Elite Grind Hard. All right.
Yes, sir.
Elite
He
Grind
came
Hard.
and blessed the boy.
Oh, yeah. That's long overdue though. Yeah, we're gonna put that on, Yes, sir.
All right. So what brought you out to Dallas?
What brought me out to Dallas, man? I had already planned to move to Dallas. After I graduated, I actually did move to Dallas. I moved to Dallas for probably about 2 or 3 months, man, and some unexpected things happened, which forced me to move back. I moved back to St. Louis, and then I moved to Kentucky, and then back to St. Louis again. And then eventually we came back to Dallas 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So what do you do, man?
I'm a performance trainer. I own my own gym in Addison, Texas, man.
So to bounce off of that, I want to go into dreams into reality because literally I was with my boy a few months ago and he was telling me about the whole process of how he got to where he at now. And when I tell you where he at now, it might not be a lot to him, but to me, it's like very impressive.
Man.
But to hear his story, I just wanted to share it to the world because there's a lot of people out there who have dreams and aspirations, but are you really willing or ready to put that work in and make those sacrifices? So can you just tell the whole process of what you went through, trials and tribulations?
Yes, sir. You hit it on the nose, man. It was kind of trying to figure out, was I willing to make these necessary sacrifices to follow my dreams, and also in my dreams, my passion was involved. So that helped me ultimately, you know what I mean? The whole time I was also living my dreams, but I was doing it under other circumstances, and I was a teacher for a long time and I was a coach for a long time, and I said it was under other circumstances, it wasn't my platform to lead the way I wanted to lead, but it was a way to lead, right? That was just me doing that so I can get that feeling in my heart that I knew that I was purposeful in my living. You know what I mean? I wasn't living without a purpose. Like most people, find themselves living without a purpose because they work a job or do something that they ultimately really don't want to do. And that's a struggle. You know what I mean? We also sometimes have to do what we don't want to do to get to places that we want to do, right? So the whole time I was being a teacher and all of those things, it was things that I was learning that I knew that I needed for the future and what I wanted to acquire. It was skills, it was habits, it was being on schedules that I had to perform, right, in order to chase my dreams. My dreams ultimately was to own a gym, and we own a gym right now.
So can you explain the process of acquiring the gym, what you had to do? You told me you was even sleeping on the floor sometimes.
Oh, yeah. But the thing is, it's like to acquire the gym, man, it was unexpected, right? I was a teacher. I was a teacher. I moved to Texas 2 years ago, man. And year one, I was a full-time teacher. I was a teacher, a basketball coach, a football coach. I also had a relationship going on at that time. So it was a lot of things that I had to sacrifice ultimately to get to where I am today, and that came from, money, more so than not, financial leads anybody's decisions, right? But I told myself financially, if I was not okay, I would still be okay, right? I told myself if I'm doing what God sent me to do, financially, I might not be okay most days, and that's okay. But I knew that ultimately I was doing what I was sent here to do.
And it's crazy because a lot of people I notice want instant gratification, especially with social media going on. And just like with your business and like what I'm trying to build real ass conversations, it's like there's been plenty of times where I was just like, man, is it going to work out? But I have faith because I feel like if you're truly consistent, it's all about consistent progression. If you keep progressing each and every day, you're going to get somewhere better. Like I'm getting better with my editing, I'm getting better with my setups and how I'm doing everything, and I'm starting to see some of the benefits on my YouTube page now, which I'm starting to appreciate. But trust me, there were plenty of days where I was just like, man, like, should I keep doing this? But I just kept true to myself because, like you said, purpose. Like, I have people that reach out to me that keep telling me like, keep going. And to be honest, I don't plan on stopping this anytime soon because this is something that kind of keeps my mental juices flowing.
Yes, sir. And I think, like you just said, man, it's like you will question it. That's part of it, right? Like if you don't question it, I'm sorry, but that's just not going to happen. You're going to have those days where you're going to question it, but you have to have a foundation of why are you doing this? And you have to lean into that foundation when those days of questioning come up, you know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, those days going to come up, but what do you stand on? Again, what are you doing this for, right? And that's ultimately what it's going to come back to. And if it's all about you, your feelings going to go up and down. So if you only do it when you want to do it, ultimately you're not going to make it. You're going to have to do it when, others want you to do it.
Exactly. So once it was kind of like built up and made already, can you tell the struggles of like getting clientele, building clientele, and how you kind of overcame some of those hurdles?
I think those hurdles still here. I think
for real, I'll be seeing your classes be full.
Yeah, but they could be fuller, and it's not that I'm disappointed or mad where I'm at. I love where I'm at. Right, it's just a progression stage. Right before we got on here, we talked about it. 10,000 hours makes you an expert of anything you do. Right, so it doesn't matter if it's one person there or two people. It don't matter the color of the skin. It doesn't matter the age. I'm getting better every hour. Right, and it's consistently. I'm putting my effort into it every time. And I tell people this all the time, the thing is with clients, in fitness, when it comes to adults, it's going to go off appearance. It's going to go up and down, but you might meet some people where you can mentally break, right? And when you mentally break them, you can build them up to know that like, this is more than just fitness. Like this is just more than working out. But you get so many people, I worked out and I want to look different. No, it's not about look. You're going to feel different before you look different. We know that because we play sports. You know what I mean? But we developed that early.
And you saying that is kind of crazy because I feel like even though I did know that, I never really felt that. But for my father, he always preached that to me. He was just like, my dad's is a small guy. He's not big like me. But he always said, I never really cared about, being the most strongest, fittest guy. But he said, I work out every day because I wanted to just feel good.
Yeah.
He said it's all about the feeling. He said, if I feel good, I don't really care what's on the scale. He said, of course, I'm going to like check it every now and then. But he was just like, if you feel good in your own skin, your life is going to just keep transcending.
Yeah. And that's really the true thing about fitness. You know what I mean? I want people to understand, it's weights everywhere. You can get weights at apartment gyms. You can get weights at 100 different gyms, Planet Fitness, LA Fitness, Crunch Fitness, Texas Family Fitness, you know what I'm saying? Grind Hard Elite. You can get weights any of those places, but what you ultimately are trying to do is break a barrier within your life, to make this a habit, to feel good about yourself. You know what I'm saying? This task, this skill is developed, and it's earned. So I like it because I like things that you can't buy. I want things that you have to earn. Like I think people, relish off things you can buy. I don't want things that doesn't make me because I can buy it, right? Like, can I grow it?
Yeah. Can
I develop it? Can I put it within somebody else? And ultimately, that's the only thing that matters to me.
So was you always into fitness? Like we played college together. You know what I'm saying? Like was that your goal in college too?
No. So my goal in college, man, I went to school to be an agent. I wanted to be an agent. I was doing sports management, and it just propelled. The more I got into it, the more I was like, yeah, I don't think that's what I want to do, And it was like, man, with SEMO, it was like they was forcing
curriculums on you.
Yeah,
be real with you.
Let's be real. Like, let's be real about college, right? And the truth is, they was forcing this.
The truth for college athletes. Let's say that. Not just students, because
right.
Because I didn't want to break you off real quick. I remember when I first went to college, we went to the Success Center or whatever.
Yeah.
We went there. They were telling me like, hey, what major did you want to do? I said I want to be a nurse. They was like, you can't be a nurse.
Yeah.
I said, what you mean I can't be a nurse? They were just like, well, you'll have to quit the 2 years because of clinicals. And honestly, like it's not gonna work out. You know what I mean?
You don't have time.
And I'm like, okay, well, I want to do this. You can't do that because it interferes with your football schedule. So it's like, imagine this whole wall full of curriculums and you only have this small ass corner over here to pick from. That's how most athletes get caught up.
No, and that, like you just said, that doesn't prepare us for the future. You know what I mean? Because for those 4 years, they need us to acquire a degree, and that degree might not help us in the future. It might, you know what I'm saying? But the truth is like, this is important first. Like you just said, it's a student athlete, but truly is athlete student.
Yeah.
And like you said, you get caught up in that thing, but I want to tell all my athletes out there right now, like, don't get caught up in that, because you got to understand, like, if you don't have the goal and you don't know what you want, you will be tricked out of your position every time.
Go off that. I wish I would have fought more. You know what I'm saying? Because we had some players like Wade. Wade was going to school to be a doctor, even though he was a long snapper and did special teams. Like, he was just like, no, I'm doing this. And I feel like if you do press the issue, they kind of have to like work with you. Like, you know what I'm saying? You might have to put some extra hours in, do some other different things. But
that's the risk you taking, because you know that that's what you want to do. Right. And the thing is, you go into college not knowing what life and what you really want to do. And you might leave college and still not know what you want to do. Like you just said, was I always into fitness? No. This was not always my goal. You know what I mean? I developed this though. Mm-hmm. I like your dad said, working out, it kind of changed my life. Right. I knew that this habit of mine, like, I was always a small person. Right. So I was very small. And it was like, I played football because it was like, no matter the size, I felt I could match up man for man out here, right? And it was like, okay, well, let's do it. But then when I started lifting weights, I was like, oh man, like, this is more than just I'm really built for this now. Like, I'm supposed to be here. You know what I'm saying? At first it was like, oh, they just bigger than me. I just got to try harder. But now it's like, no, I developed, internal strength through working out. It wasn't just external. It was really internal. It was like, what am I fearing somebody else for when I've already put the hours behind this? You know what I mean? It was like, all right, do you have the confidence to do this right now at the highest level, or you don't? And it was crazy because I went back to SEMO as a grad assistant for a while. And that was crazy when we linked back up then. But when Coach Took introduced me again to the team, he said I left SEMO playing my best football. So I was still going up. And that was the thing for me. It was like, I didn't want to hit a ceiling. And I felt my body definitely hit a ceiling. If you know me, I was in the treatment room every day. That's the only way I could play football. I also used to get IVs before every game. Like,
I ain't know that part.
You didn't know that? That's crazy. But I
usually get some shit too, but I didn't know you would get IV. I feel like when you before a game, you kind of like in your own mental.
It was right after, we come back and then everybody go to the field and, they got their headphones in. I'm going back and I'm getting IV. But that was the only way that I could play. And it was like, man, mentally it messed me up. Because in my head, it was like, if I don't have this IV, I'm done. I'm done. Like, I need that. You know what I mean? And it was like, the more I kept doing it, I was like, all right, are you willing to do this forever? Like, just to play a sport, are you willing to keep going through this with your body? Are you willing to keep doing whatever it takes? Because if you're not, when you hit the next level, people are. You know what I'm saying? And that's the truth. If you're not willing to do that, then you have to stop chasing that.
That's when I realized I ain't love football no more. Like, when I hurt my ankle, and it was just like, they told me I could not play because we had no backups pretty much. So I had to get a shot in my ass of painkillers before every game, and like, that shit was just so painful.
Oh, man.
And I still ain't feel no better. It was like, I would get the shot. If anything, it made my back and my ass feel hot.
Oh,
and my ankle was still like,
man,
in shambles.
I'm not gonna lie, I never got that shot. So I never got that shot. I went through a lot of treatments though.
I did that shit for y'all, man. For real, yo, that be pressure though as an athlete, because you don't want to be the person to be like, all right, nah, I can't go. Because in football, it's almost like, all right, he faking it.
Yeah.
All right, he bullshit.
And you played in them trenches.
Exactly. You never believe a good player when they say they're not feeling good. Because honestly, we want everybody in there is good to win. So it was always very stressful.
I tell my athletes every time, man, I've never played a game healthy. Like, I can't remember the day I was like, yeah, I'm walking in this and I feel 100% healthy. That's not going to happen.
Shit, my first 2 years maybe, but after it was the game we played at the Cardinal Stadium.
SIU game.
Yeah, that game was when like my career just like took down. That's when my ankle went down and my whole career just went down after that.
No, it's okay. The thing is, I talked to Jamie when I broke my ankle. I broke my ankle. And ultimately breaking my ankle kind of changed my life also. Like you said, like, it wasn't like I lost the love for the game. It was like, all right, everything is God's willing. Like this could be taken away to tomorrow. I was jumping, man, 40-inch verticals, running 4.4s, and then I broke my ankle. Like, and it was over. It was like, oh, you can't do none of that no more. The crazy part is, though, it was 2 other people that broke their ankles that same year, which was Pete and Buck. Pete and Buck were 2 of the, like, if
Athletic
you know
people,
them,
yeah,
like, and all that gift was stopped, and it was halted, and it was like, oh my God, like, what are you gonna do to get it back? And everything we had to do to get that gift back made us, to this day, I think, truly, both of them are like warriors. If anybody know Pete and Buck, y'all know we going to war, we calling them too.
My boys, my boy Buck getting married in a month too.
Oh,
Can't
yeah.
wait to be a part of that.
I just RSVP too. You know, we gonna turn that up.
We're gonna turn that up.
Yeah.
But all right. So to get into more the other side of when it kind of personal training, I want to get into how do you stay professional at work? Because I be seeing your posts, and it be a lot of beautiful women doing a lot of squats. And there's always a stigma that they'd be like, all right, these trainers are fucking their clients, you know, giving them a free pass. But I feel like that's like a bad stigma. So how do you stay professional at work? Have you ever been tried before, or have you ever, you know, been in a situation where you were just like, maybe?
Yeah. What I say to anybody, you know, this is a hard career, you know, but
beautiful, yeah. I ain't gonna lie.
But the thing is, self-control is the best control.
Ooh.
And when you have self-control, you know, everybody around you has to respect it. You, like you said, have you been tried? Yes, you've been tried. You've been flirted with, but that's all fine. But I have self-control, and I'm standing on something. You know what I'm saying? This is bigger.
Have you always had self-control?
No. I've developed self-control throughout. You know, like I said, this was not always a full-time career for me also. Now this is a full-time career, and, you know, I have bigger goals than achieving seeing another woman or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, or being with a woman, like, and like we live in Texas, it's 1 million women. I don't have to talk to any client ever. Like, it's 1 million women out here, and I don't have to ever talk to a client.
Even if, okay, you can say there's 1 million women out there, right? But there's not 1 million women that's into fitness, they're into working out, into the same, you know, goals and hobbies you like.
Right.
It's all in front of you.
But that's up for me to go acquire. And that's not to have a business where I can go acquire that within my work. No. This is I wouldn't say a job, but I'm serving people. Serving people is giving my heart and living God like, you know what I mean? It's not like, I'm trying to see what I can get out of this person. But you get in that room with these beautiful women, right? And they think that you're going to be like every other man. You're going to see, can you acquire something from them? I don't need nothing from them but they best that day.
And that money.
Yeah, no, they going to pay. Oh, you going to pay. Hey. First session always free, though. I'm going to bet on myself forever. First session always free. All right? But after that, you paying. It ain't no way around that. And the thing is, you know, we help people out. God don't meet everybody and be like, all right, this is that and this and that. No, we help people out. You know what I mean? Maybe your payment get cut in half and you pay 15 on the 15th and then on the 1st, something like that. But you gonna pay. That's not negotiable.
Yo, that's respect, and I think your clients respect you for that too. Because sometimes, like you said, they may have experienced other bad times with trainers who went, you know, a little bit too far.
Right. Yeah.
And they know that if
and
they're safe with you,
yeah,
they know that they can keep going and you're going to have a consistent client. So I do believe, you know, staying professional, especially in the field you're in, is really important.
You got to.
And
it's
I
mandatory.
Really
Honestly, it's mandatory. If not, you just waiting for destruction because you don't have a boundary, right? So like you just said, like, have you been tried? Yeah, you've been tried. But the thing is, it's another beautiful woman that's going to try you again. So whatever you do that time, you can either learn from it, right, grow from it, and expand, or you can keep doing the same things and it's going to, you know, whatever you put out, you're going to get back. So
what is your favorite type of client? Do you like training kids the most? Do you like training adults the most? Like, what kind of clients do you gravitate towards?
So ground hard elite performance is ground level right now, right? I love training the youth, right? I think my goal is to always make everything I found better. And that also includes adults, but with the youth, I know that that's who's up next, right? And that's who's gonna be in position of power and can change the world more than I can change it. Or the people that I'm around now, yeah, they can speak it and live it. But the people behind me, what am I gonna do for? Right. And the thing is, I don't know all those people. Right. But I'm doing it with a purpose to know that whatever I'm putting out there, and when they see and receive, they will live like, and that's how I gotta stand up. But I love training kids, man. I love training athletes too. Like high-end athletes that's at that level where it's like, this is an all or nothing thing. And then you got some of those athletes where it's like, this is an activity, right? And that's kind of the separation where it's like, whoa, like this is an activity, or this is what I gotta do because I'm trying to get somewhere. Them are two different type of athletes.
Because sometimes parents put kids in sports and they don't
no
want to do it.
sometimes.
A lot of times.
A lot of times.
They put them in sports you don't want to.
Majority are not, or not. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm running into that a lot. But you from Philly. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Jersey,
right?
Philly.
Yeah. But it's sometimes it's like it's where we grow up. If I look outside and my outside looked like that as a child, I can't tell you what I would have done. Right? But it didn't look like that. It looked like St. Louis, Missouri. So it was like, all right, make a decision early and often. Right? But out here, I can tell you, like, it's like, all right, well, you telling the kid, I want you to run through somebody's body as hard as you possibly can. Also, that same kid probably got pool in his backyard and eat steak at night. Right? Like, that's the reality. But within an hour, I'm trying to get that out of them. You know what I mean? Like some anger.
Lewis
Lewis
ain't, mind you, I don't know his real childhood, but I know
Right.
his parents did the most to give him the best he could, and he was probably one of the best athletes I ever seen.
Athletes. But like I said though, like you trying to make an athlete, like you saying what athlete, I'm literally breaking ground zero. Like I'm trying to change you as a kid. You know what I'm saying?
So it's past athlete. It's just,
this is bigger than the athlete. Because the truth is, we all can be athletic. Come on. How many people we play with like real athletic, like really athletes that didn't pan out? Like really, I'm talking about like really, really athletic though. Because it's gonna take more than being an athlete. I'm promise you that it's gonna take more than that. Because even at the high level, you see people like lose it all or crash out because it's gonna take more than that. Like it's just gonna take more than that. It's gonna be all right. Can I acquire all these good things? You know what I mean, and still live the same way, or say like, all right, I know my discipline, I know my rules, and there's so much that goes into being an athlete. You learn so much within a sport that's bigger than athletic ability. Like you said, I keep doing this, I keep getting better. The crazy thing is we probably hated it. It said brick by brick, but that was it. You just said it. Like you just said, every time I do this, I get better and better.
He said
and
a
better.
lot of generic shit there. It
No,
was
that's
true.
what I said.
It was real, but it was just like, all right, this is like generic shit.
Yeah, and that's the thing. He came in there with trying to change a culture and all that other things. The thing is with me though, I knew it was all about what we could do for them. So I never got caught up with the heroics, right? Like you said, yeah, it's generic. I get you the message, right? But I'm gonna choose to stay in a player position. I'm gonna do what I need to do, and I'm gonna get out. I'm not gonna get my emotions involved because I know if I can't play on Saturday, I'm nothing to you.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. And that's the scary part at a high level of football because you grow up with good coaches sometimes, or just coaches that's more involved in your life and care more for you.
High school,
yeah, you know what I'm saying. So everybody got that coach, but that's what I do now for a living. I am that guy. I am that guy that's gonna push them throughout their entire life, not with just sports, but I'm going to keep pushing them to be the best person they possibly can be and create habits. So that's why I really like training athletes more. Adults really already got their habits down packed. And it's like, all right, who are you? Like, yeah, I come to you 4 days a week at 4 hours. But after that, my life is my life. And I got things that's happening, you know what I mean? But an athlete and a kid, you can break that mental barrier like, oh, man. Like, we was brainwashed. That's what happened. Like, we got brainwashed really early. Like, yeah, go run through somebody else. Like, you try to teach a 12-year-old, 13-year-old that right now, he gonna look at you like, you want me to take my body through his body? Like, ain't, nah.
Do you blame social media for that, though?
For what?
For the change of the mentality.
No, I don't blame anybody. I think it's the world. I think it's evolving. I think, you know what I'm saying? Like,
better or worse?
It both has its pros and cons. I don't think that I think that we all are alive. And that's ultimately what we need. That's the only thing we are promised. You know what I'm saying? We really not promised that every day. So it's like for us to attain other things and like, yeah, we live in this great world. It wasn't like that. Like, you know what I mean? It was like, all right, who's gonna follow whatever they're gonna follow? And that's what I think we are coming back to now. So it's like, I love my life because I'm alive. God gave me another day alive. Like, it's a blessing. Like, you see so many people pass away, man, and it's just like, this world is
too,
real.
Man.
Young. Titus, man. Shout out Titus, man. That's my dog. You know what I mean? That hurt me. Yeah, that hurt me. You know what I'm saying? Titus, man, I seen Titus right before I moved down here at Lewis' proposal. I had came down, man. I was coming down every 2 weeks, and I had seen Titus, man. We linked up, boom. And I put him, he started playing on my flag football team in St. Louis, but I had moved to Texas. Like, he was going out there with my boys. Like, he was straight. I ain't even had to give him no introduction. He knew a couple people there, but you know what I'm saying? It was love. Like, and every time, if you know Titus, every time you seen him, it was love. Like,
yeah, man.
That's just what it was.
Big personality.
Big personality, man. Yeah, so, but like I said, man, we thankful for it all.
Okay, so my last subject on, performance.
Yes, sir.
When it comes to, somebody like you, somebody might think you might always eat healthy, do everything the right way. Is it really like that, or is it like a balance?
It's a balance. It's like I'm a real person. Like, I want people to know that, like, and we are all real people. Like, don't get this IG food. Like, you can cut, paste, put a filter on it. You can slow it down, speed it up. Whatever you want to do, you can sell whatever you want to sell that way. You know what I'm saying? But the truth is, this is a balance, and it's a discipline thing. You know what I mean? Like I said, we was just talking about it. I'm on a cleanse right now. You know what I mean? And I'm not acting like I was always this way. This just happened 2 weeks ago. Before that, I'm drinking. You know what I'm saying? And I was drinking. My birthday is Virgo season. You know, we don't play with nobody during our season. I just want y'all to know that y'all have just passed the best season. Everything's been great. The birthdays, the weddings, everybody's had amazing. The babies that was born. Oh my God. But look though, like I said though, man, it's just like, I'm a real person, and I'm, some days I don't make the best habits. I mean, I don't make the best decisions when it comes to food and healthy choices. It's some days where I work so much I don't eat. Like, anybody that know me, that's like a lot of days. Like, if I get 3 meals in a day.
And you barely be sleeping too, you told me. You be sleeping like 3 or 4 hours a day?
We at 6 now.
All right, that's
we
better.
growing
that's
though.
Better.
We at 6, but I'm gonna tell y'all right now, when I start getting 8 hours of sleep, oh my God, my performance is going up. And the thing is, right now, I'm at a point in my life where I'm setting boundaries, right? So I can get 8 hours of sleep. It's like, even with anybody calling me and letting me know, like, hey, boom, boom, the phone off. But the phone on at a certain time, and my boundary is this time. Yeah, it's going to, if it's an emergency or something like that, but it's like, when you don't have boundaries, you know what I mean, you don't have any foundation, you can move whatever way, and you have undisciplined choices because it's not scheduled.
So speaking on boundaries, how do you feel about, a lot of people getting these surgeries like BBLs, different things like that? Do you how do you feel as a person who, who's an advocate when it comes to like being your best person, just progressing in the gym?
Truth. I am not a fan. That's the truth. All right. But I don't do no judging. So, the thing is, it's like, I think sometimes when it comes to those surgeries or those things that people are getting, it's like something internal is not right there, right? Like, it's not like, because that's a appearance thing, you know what I mean? But it might be internal. I talked to some girls, and I got a couple clients, and they like, yeah, I always wanted bigger, chest or a bigger butt. And in my eyes, it's like, yeah, but God made us imperfect. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and if you can't love this skin that you in, it's hard. Like, it's going to be hard because there's other battles that you're going to have to battle that you're going to need that tough skin in. You know what I mean? You can't go to no surgeon. You can't go to no other person that's going to, no, it's going to be deep down inside of you, because I feel like we all go through something, but it's like, how do we deal with it? Some people tweet it out. Some people text it out. Some people podcast it out. Some people smoke it out. Some people drink it out. whatever way they do it, they're dealing with the pressure of the world. You know what I mean? So it's like,
What about the woman who gets like, things cut down, like girls who have like real oversized like breasts, they want to get breast reduction and stuff like that?
I said, I don't do no judging.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I don't do no judging. I'm just not an advocate.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm not promoting it. Like if they come to me and be like, yeah, I think I want to, I'm gonna tell them, look.
What do you say when a girl come to you and be like, hey, can you give me a bigger butt?
That's all they say. That's it.
What's
your
response?
What's my response? I say I can get you to work harder. I bet I can change you. Yeah, because that's the only thing we doing. We serving, so it's like the bigger butt, that's gonna come with whatever you do outside of seeing me mostly too.
You know Bree Holman?
Yeah, Bree. Yeah, my dog. My dog. Shout out Bree.
She had training too. She was on like a year ago, and she was saying like she hates when her clients say that. And she'd be like, you know what? I'm just gonna make you a better version of you.
Yeah,
don't come to me ask for a bigger butt. You might as well take your money back because you're not here for the right reasons.
Yeah, and the thing is, I'm not gonna lie. I got a gym, so we don't really turn that many clients away like that. It's not. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, that because the thing is like, yeah, you can come because that's your, reality right now. But it's up to me to change that. You know what I'm saying? And I look at every picture like, okay. But they've never met me. They've never got my energy for an hour. And I'm guaranteeing one session is gonna change their life for the better. That's all I'm promising. I'm not promising no bigger butt. I'm not promising anything. I said, when you leave this gym, I promise you to be better. And I feel like all my clients that have came in and left can account to that, And that's just the strength in my training. I don't have, any other training. My training is functional training. It's not like we doing CrossFit. It's not like we do HIIT every day. No, we do Olympic lifts and we do functional training. We also add HIIT into that, you know what I'm saying? But that's the way we train. We train our mind first. Our body gonna follow. Like, for real. Choices lead, bro. Choices lead and feelings follow.
I like that. I'm gonna quote that on Instagram. Yeah. I was going to say, all right. So to get off the whole, fitness thing. So you say you like kids. Have you always liked kids?
Kids? Oh yeah. I anybody that know me, man, know I'm good with kids. But I like kids. It's the real reason I like kids because it's raw. It's uncut. Like a kid, like it's a raw emotion. Like they can be up and they can be down. It's not like, oh, I'm gonna act like this so I can get that. That's what adults do. We fake laugh. We can be fake, you know what I mean? We can be intentional. Like, I'm trying to acquire this from this person, so I'm gonna do this so I can get it. Nah, a kid not gonna do that to you. They gonna be raw. You gonna be like, man, you bad, but that's them.
Okay, so that's them. So can you date women with kids?
Currently I'm not. I've dated, but we know that. Yeah,
you dated a woman with kids.
Yeah,
but
you met her too.
I have met her.
Yeah,
great. I know it's been up and down. She
a great woman though. She's a great woman. The kid is amazing. But right now in my life, that was the first woman that I had dated with a child, and I learned so many things within that that I need. Well, I know now that I need to be ready for before I even attempt that, So that's like I got a boundary over that right now. I'm not dating women with kids because it's certain things that I want to do with that kid. You know what I'm saying? That I know that my career will not allow right now.
Can you give me an example?
Spend time. Like, like the thing is, it was big for me. Like I went to I used to be a full-time teacher, you know what I mean? That was a great job with stability and everything. But I went to entrepreneurship not because of the money. It wasn't the money for me. It was like, all right, I want to own my own time. You know what I mean? I want to be able to do whatever I want to do whenever I want to do it. And it was like, all right, where did that come from? It was me when I was raising a kid. When I first got down here, I was a teacher. And I would go out, to work in the morning and I wouldn't see her. She'd be asleep. Then I'd get back and I'd see her for an hour and then she'd go to sleep. And she was a young child. I met her at like 11 months. She like 3 now, big Lonnie. But you know what I'm saying? So it was like, all right, bro, whatever I'm doing, like whatever I got at home, I want to be able to control my time. I didn't want people to put a limit on my time. Like, hey, I need you here for these 8 hours, 3 days a week, 4 days a week, whatever it was like, all right, no. Because what if I need to go somewhere? What if I need to do something? What if somebody needs me? I was coaching college football and I missed my sister's wedding. We had an away game. This hurts me to this day. I hate that this happened, right? But I don't regret it happening because it was something that needed to happen to me drastically for me to appreciate the time that I had. right? And I don't get that day back. There's no way I get that day back. But I was coaching football. We had an away game, and I went on the road and I did it. You know what I mean? And I don't coach football no more, right? Like that was just the job that had me controlling my time, right? I was gonna control my time and sacrifice my sister's wedding to go to a football game, and that's crazy.
Damn. So okay. So I was going somewhere with this topic, but you keep talking about time.
Oh yeah,
and you bringing it up to me right now.
Yeah, you gotta own your time.
So it's crazy to me, the whole concept of time. I'm like really a fanatic when it comes to the concept of time. I remember I saw Cat Williams one day, and it's funny. I was trying to find a clip on YouTube today. I couldn't find it no more.
Okay,
but he was doing an interview, and they was asking him about about time, about how the days pass by, and he was just like, humans messed up when we started counting time, like 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m. He says back in the day, it was literally just night and day.
That's all it is.
And he was like, sometimes the daytime will be short, sometimes it'll be long. So he was like, I don't believe that every 24 hours is counted the same. He was like, one day may go faster than another day. It was like recorded a few weeks back that, that the rotation of the world went I guess a quarter of a second faster than normal.
Yep.
And to me, it's just like, the whole concept of time is crazy to me because it can make you live in your head. And when I say that is, I remember, but when I had my previous job, I couldn't control my schedule. Working mornings, afternoons, nights. I couldn't hang out with none of my friends. And it was almost like, I always felt burnt out. I didn't know why. And when I acquired my new job that I do now, I can control my own schedule. I make my own schedule. I can go to work when I want to. I can leave when I want to. And I started realizing that, I work the best at night. And before that, I never was a night person.
And then you found out about you work better with doing a podcast in the morning.
Yeah, in the morning.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I'm starting to learn my body more because I don't have to worry about somebody dictating my time.
No, yeah.
And beforehand, I used to count days like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I don't count time like that no more. I literally just, just live at my own pace. Because I do feel like when you start, thinking about the next day, counting the days down, say, I got to do this by the end of the month, it makes time go at a pace that is not set for your pace. I feel like we all have our own flow of time.
Exactly.
And I feel like sometimes, like you said, work can do it for you. Whereas, I can't really go at the pace I want to do, like spend time with my family, do this, that, and the third, spend time where I'm needed at because I have obligations that is holding me back.
Yeah.
And I really feel like, if people ever get a chance to control their life and their schedule, you'll start realizing that, you'll stop counting the time. Like, I literally wake up and go to sleep at the same time every day. Like, I come home, I probably go to sleep at 8 o'clock, wake up at 2 a.m., and I'm literally either creating podcasts, making content from 2 to 7.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then from 2 to 7, I'll be up. Then I might take an hour nap. Then I might go to work. You know what I'm saying?
You got to schedule it. Hey, it's victory in the schedule.
Exactly. Like that's just how it is. And I'm not burnt out. Like, I don't wake up I remember before I used to do the podcast, I wake up at my old job, I used to be like, fuck, I got to do this somehow. Damn, I got to be up tonight and do it. You know what I'm saying? Because my flow of time was off, but now it's just like, I can control it. It's going to happen like when I need it to. Like, I saw Larry June say he only works for 3 hours a day. And he said he never goes above it. Because if you work 3 hours a day, I forgot how many hours that is in a year.
He calculated his marathon.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how many, but he was just like, most people work probably a whole day and then be burnt out for a week and not get back to their projects. You know what I'm saying?
It's like, and that's something, that we all face. It's like life makes us do certain things with our time, right? But it's based off your responsibilities. I'm not going to sit here and say that you can control your own time. You got 4 kids, 3 kids. It's nothing wrong with having 4 or 3 kids, but they control your time. But you need to make time for yourself and the things that you love to do and what your purpose serves you to do. You know what I'm saying? So that's ultimately what it is. But it's like I said, it's time. We don't get time back. We get a lot of things back, but time, man, I lost a lot of people that was close to me. And when I look back on it, it's like, what was I doing with my time that I wasn't around them more? And it's crazy. I tell people this all the time, and I don't know why it happened this way, but every time that somebody had passed that was close to me, I was playing football. Like I was balling. Like, you know what I mean? I was getting, my brother passed. I got the call after practice. I got out of practice like 21 minutes calls. When my grandpa passed, we got out of practice in high school the year before. 10 minutes calls. It was crazy. And then my other grandpa passed. I was down at SEMO. You know what I mean? So it was like, all right, what are you doing with your time? Like, yeah, you playing a sport, you dedicated. All right, so you need to be more locked in. Like, because you're not getting this back. I'm never getting that time back, you know? So
I didn't want to touch that subject. I didn't know how sensitive it was for you. But to get on a serious topic, my mother, she lost a lot of family. Like, she lost a lot of her sisters, her mother and father young. And it's affected her mentally these past few years. And I kind of get a little emotional saying this, but I can't understand because I never really lost anybody close to me. So can you just explain like what goes through your psyche of somebody that, you know, loses somebody so close? Like what goes through your mind?
I think the truth is it's different for everybody. And for somebody to even judge or even think they can feel what somebody else feels is kind of crazy to believe, right? Like you said, it's hard to feel. Like, yeah, you can understand something, but do you feel it? That's a totally different thing.
Yeah.
Understanding something and feeling it. And, you know, a lot of people that endure these pain or things that happen to them, they kind of go for people that feel what they felt, you know? And I think that's helpful to some, but not helpful to all. And me personally, like you said, what did I feel, man? I felt everything. I felt every single thing. You know what I'm saying? And after my brother passed, I went back to college and I attained a degree and played 4 years of college football, right? But that was what I was up against. Some people got to go to work tomorrow. Some people got to provide for a child tomorrow. It's not the same, right? So everybody's situation is different to me.
Do you feel like, because I'm trying to relate to my mom right now, and
right?
It's tough because it's like,
when did she lose it?
So she lost her parents in her late 20s, her mother and her father. She lost her sister her first sister in her early 20s because her sister died giving birth to her niece. And she just recently lost her closest sister, I believe, my Aunt Tuba, like probably 2.5, 3 years ago.
Okay.
So, but the one with Aunt Tuba, that was the one that like broke the camel's back. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I don't want to get too personal about my mom and give her information out there,
yeah.
But it's just like I can tell she looks at us now like, y'all don't understand what I'm going through. And we're trying to, like, my dad, my sisters, me, we're trying to, like, you know, understand, but it's just like almost like it's a void that can't be filled. You know what I'm saying? So
it sound like mom is like in a numbing stage. You know what I'm saying? She's dealt with death a lot. And like you said, it's been one after another. And like you said, like for y'all to ultimately understand her, y'all can never. Right? That's just the truth. Is like you say, yeah, I can relate to it. But honestly, in this time, it's like, pick her up. Like, pick her up and say, Mom, like, I don't understand you, but I love you for who you are today and who you going to be tomorrow. It's certain things that your mom has to go through to come out healed. My mom, not to get into deep with my mom, but, man, my mom went through that stage. She had to go through the healing stage, and we all took that upon. But the thing is, it wasn't easy. Some of us bagged away. I used to talk to my mom some days, and it would hurt. And I would talk to my mom, like, bad. Not even bad, like out her name or anything. What? Like I'm actually accidentally yelling, but she's like, "Why are you raising?" And I'm like, "Mom, like you know." And I had to sit back, and I was like, "All right." She lost her firstborn child. Like she lost her firstborn child, right? Like, and now she has to wake up and go to work, but she wasn't at the time. I gotta wake up and go to college. They sent me back to college after my brother passed. My family was at home, and I begged my parents to move back home. You know what they said? No, like you going back. But they put that out there for me to get stronger on my own, which created a little distance. You know what I mean?
So do you feel like them keeping you busy, like, well, not keep you busy, but making sure that you are striving for something kind of alleviated it? Because like with my mom, it's like she's retired now. So it's almost like I feel like sometimes she's in her head.
Yeah,
It's just like
yeah,
nothing but time.
yeah. No, yeah. And the thing is, I think my dad way of getting through it was to keep moving. And he taught us that all the time. You know, he told us the sun going up tomorrow and it's coming down. And that's the reality of life. Like I can't paint no other picture for you. It's gonna go up and it's gonna go down. The things that happen within that time period, we can't control all of them, right? Like we just gotta get up and keep going. So he kept busy. My mom kind of was the other, right? She needed to cry. She needed to stay at home. She needed to go sit in my brother's room. And the thing is, I was playing football, and that's what they believe was the best thing for me. Judging today, it was the best thing for me, but it also created a lot of things that I deal with internally, right? Like when I lost my brother, I couldn't go lean and touch my mom. I couldn't go touch my dad. I couldn't. No, it was the people around me, my friends. It was me playing football. It was me trying to earn a spot, me trying to go through school. Like it was me being strong on my own and telling myself like, hey, you can't fail.
And what I will say, you got some good friends, man.
Oh man.
Like I know you click like some of them are my friends, close friends too. And I say one thing about when I met a lot of y'all is just like the bond y'all share was
Yes,
just
sir.
like undeniable.
Yes, sir.
And it made me remind me of like my friends from back at home. You know,
I think we all, we have common missions. They not all the same, you know what I mean? But they got something in common and we all stand for something. Like, so we don't like I feel like we hold each other accountable without and we all stand for something. It's like I don't do like the funny acting or nothing. I bring great people around great people. And I hope they build relationships that go further than just me, right? Like if I'm putting you in a room with somebody, like you just said, my clique stand up. You gonna stand up. Like, you know what I mean? They not about to come in here and be no word. They not finna judge you. Like, nah, this my boy. And through me, he good. And we got like, man, I went through so many like birthday parties and they threw parties and we invited people and nothing ever happened. One, because like I said, everybody has respect in her. Everybody that's brought in her understands this is a place of respect. We don't do that. That's just not what we do. I seen my brother Amon on her last week, and like he said, bro, we stay out the way, but we have fun. We kick it. We do what we gotta do, but we don't bother nobody. So
y'all y'all go out, but y'all real inclusive. Like, I be seeing y'all trips y'all be taking. Y'all be taking them trips now.
Yeah, we have fun, man. We forever living. All right, we alive, so we forever living. But like I said, we don't bother nobody, man. We enjoy our lives and whatever God gives to us.
All right, so I know we got a little deep.
Oh yeah, no. I think this what is this real
needed.
ass conversation?
Yeah, it's needed. You know.
Yeah.
So kind of bouncing around. Another topic I was going to say is in a relationship. Do you feel like love is enough?
You say in a relationship, do you feel like love is enough? Let me ask you this: what is love?
When I say love, is just like when you have a person that is just like undeniably for you, that's just love you for you, that's always going to be by your side, and that's always just going to like, uphold you. I seen a post where a girl was just like, love isn't enough. Like I need love, money, understanding, all this extra stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I understand that, you want a partner that is, financially secure. But I feel like the basis of it all is based off of love. And I feel like more so on men's side, we'll just take the love. You know what I'm saying? I feel like woman is like kind of like love, asterisk, keep going down. And I'm not trying to say that women shouldn't be that way.
Right.
But I'm my own man. So me talking to you as another man, like, is love enough for you?
For me. And that's what I was gonna say. It's different for everybody. Like you just said, some women need this, that. I'm gonna tell y'all, stay away from them women. That's my opinion. But in a relationship, I need unconditional love throughout. I'm a lot. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm a lot. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna need you. You gonna have to stand on something.
Yeah.
Cause I ain't gonna take you through too much that you can't handle. But I'm not saying I'm ever gonna be perfect.
Yeah.
Right. The stride is to be the best me. Right. And you love me throughout that? That's a decision that she has to make. But like you said, is love enough for me? If she can love me throughout my progression and give me like, love and not like give me like, all right, she's bringing me down every time we're around. We're arguing all the time. That's not gonna work. I need somebody to put light in my life. You know what I mean? I think like that's what I need in a relationship. The crazy thing is right now, I think the hardest thing to acquire in this world is a healthy relationship. I'm sorry, but that's probably the hardest thing to acquire today, right now.
I think it's hard to acquire right now because I feel like we have so many walls and barriers we put up. You know, uh,
Where do they come from though?
I think it come from past trauma, from other relationships.
Childhood.
I seen a post today where it was just like, damn, I gotta find it because I don't want to misquote it
Yeah,
because the girl actually said a good point towards it. Let me see it real quick. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, but like you said though, it stems from a lot of things, man. It stems from a lot of things. So it's like I say that it's hard to acquire. I'm not saying that it's impossible. I really think it's possible. But like you just said, everybody has their own barriers and boundaries, and it's up to us to respect those barriers and boundaries, or get outside of them, right? But some people are going like, all right, well, for this person, I'm gonna do that, right? Or and what they say, for the right person, you will do anything. For the right person, no, because your boundaries not solid.
Exactly. I found a post real quick, and I'm gonna say what the man said first, and I'm gonna say what my homegirl said. She actually said a valid point. So this was off of, I don't know, if somewhere, I think it has to be the Shade Room. So it says, a man says women give their best selves and prime years to toxic men, then want a good man when they're damaged goods on the clearance rack. And my homegirl said, but men get their heart broken in middle school and never trust women again. Can we talk about that? And that's some truth to there, yo. Like, I ain't gonna lie, like, my whole way how I deal with women, well, not no more, but I noticed for a second, you know.
I mean, somewhat though, right?
Yeah, it was built off of like past trauma from like high school relationships going up on. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know how our childhood affects us in our later years, and we don't want to admit it. So I don't want to make it seem like, you know, we're just like a one side street against women. Like, us guys, we be on bullshit too. But I feel like it's all about us not letting go of our past trauma. And a lot of times we get in relationships to trauma bond. You know, I was listening to West Side Boogie where he was like, his first baby mother, they got together based off of trauma, and they got the most rise in the relationship when they argued and made up, had makeup sex, this, that, and the third. But he said after a while he realized, like, this is not healthy. Like, this is not an environment I want to be in.
And then once one of them got outside the trauma phase, what made them connect takes them apart. So it's like, I also, you know, it's the subject where it's like, is it this perfect woman for you? Is it a perfect man for this perfect woman? Like, you know what I mean? Is it one for one? And the truth is it's not. The truth is we all meet people at different stages of our lives. And sometimes we can take on their love and sometimes we can't. Sometimes we can endure their love and keep going through it without them. With them. But sometimes we can't, and that's just what it is.
So are you able to love a girl through her changes, though? Like, you say you want a girl to love you through your changes. Can you love a girl vice versa?
Yeah, but also you still have to be real with yourself and say, if they continue, can you? You know what I mean? And honestly, the truth is about, you know, relationships, if you really say, you know what I'm saying, like, all right, this person is for me, this person brings this light to my life, you got to make that sacrifice. And you don't know how long it takes for somebody to heal. So that's like, all right, well, you signing up for whatever it takes. So don't get mad when they go, yeah, because they going to do that. But like I said, though, it's like, all right, what is the relationship foundation? What is it built on? What are you going to go back? Because and I tell people this all the time, it's like, once I get older and I get a family and some kid, like, life's going to be good. Like, no, you finna keep having responsibilities. Life only gets harder. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, our responsibilities today probably are as low as they ever gonna be. We're gonna have kids, like, we're gonna have other things that we have to focus our mind to that's gonna take our time. You know what I mean? And still to acquire a relationship and stay open-minded and still give somebody your love throughout, it's a hard thing to do. My parents, though, upright, independent, and fearless at all times. They never made an excuse. Like, I've seen my parents go throughout. You know, they what am I? I'm 29. So they had 32 years now, 32 or 31 years. And it's like, I look at them like, how, Sway? Like, how did this happen? Both of my grandparents was married too before them passing. So I'm still looking crazy. Both of my sisters are married today and I'm single at 29. So you like, Man, how, Sway? But I think everybody race is different. I think everybody, and
I believe that, yeah.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? You can't sit here and tell it's a right and wrong way to do this. It's a right and wrong. No, these people come from different upbringings. Like, how can you say that was right for you and right and wrong for me? No, but can I accept that was that? You know what I mean? Can I accept that we have different agreements? Or you can say, nah, my boundary is I believe in this, and if you don't believe in this, I can't be with you. That's what people do. Well, you opinionated about that. You feel this way? Oh, I can't, man. Your opinion make you feel important. That's
True.
like that's the only thing. That's why we get on Facebook and start talking about other people's lives. Like, it's my opinion matter. I gotta go tell the world. Hey, boom.
Very weird. Honestly, like I be going on social media. I don't really look at anybody else's stuff. I like literally post my thing and just log off now. Like, and it's funny because a lot of some people be saying like, maybe respond to me. I'm like, I really just ain't see it. I turn on my notifications. I literally just post just to get my own mind and thoughts out.
Social media kill you. If you don't use it correctly, I got to use it for business. I got to be on social media every day. My gym is not like a retail gym where you can drive by and know it's a gym. It's like in the back. It's industrial built. So I got to post. Whatever. If I don't post, I'm not marketing. I'm not going to get no clients unless some other of my clients are marketing. You know what I mean? So I got to give them something to post. So every day I got to be on these sites and this platform. You know what I mean? But the thing is, I realize, like, if you use social media wrong, mentally, you'll die. Like, mentally, like, you're boom. I told Miles can project it. It's like it was probably like 3 or 4 years ago, I had to stop following all celebrities. It was just like, why? Like, what am I doing? Like, why am I even, like, why is this
why do
life?
we care that they don't care about us? Like, why we care about that?
Yeah, and the truth is, we don't even have the same choices or decisions. So how can I judge theirs or mine? Like, they don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just so much unnecessary energy I was serving to people I never met. So it was like, all right, why am I watching this? Like, why is this is what I'm influenced by? Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, man, that's not my reality. My reality is the people I know. The people that's living around me, that's the reality I live in. I don't live in that reality. So whatever they attain, that's great. I'm amazed, boom, and I follow artists. Don't get it twisted. Like I follow their music, but the page, I probably follow like one artist, but I follow like three or four motivational speakers. Inky Johnson, Eric Thomas, my guys.
Ski Mike,
yeah, Ski Mike, but Ski Mike, that's family.
yeah.
Like, me and Ski Mike used to live together. I ain't gonna call him Ski Mike. Y'all know, man. It's D Mike. It's forever. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, but that's my dog. You know what I mean? I don't look at him as like an artist. I look at him as like my brother that made a way.
No, definitely, yo. Shout out to D Mike, yo.
Yeah, that's my dog.
He just signed a deal like a week or two ago.
Bro,
congrats,
like,
man.
Congrats, Brody. Like, when you talk about somebody making a way, like, that's making a way. I remember after, the tragic thing that happened to him, he was down in Dallas, man. We pulled up. I think it was me, Lewis Buck. Yeah, it was Lewis. And we was just sitting there with him, you know what I mean? And he was still D Mike. But he was happy to be breathing. You know what I mean? But he had said, bro, like, I went through that. You know what I'm saying? He had faced death and he beat it. You know what I mean? And we don't all get a chance to beat it. I look at my brother passed, my cousin. We repping today. I'm outside. My cousin, go and get his shirt. It's the lifestyle. I lost my cousin like 2 years ago. Now,
is there a page for that? Is there like a website page?
Yeah, outside lifestyle.
Outside lifestyle. I'm gonna tag it.
Yeah. Don't get right. But my cousin, man, he meant a lot to me. I used to live with my cousin back in St. Louis before I moved to Dallas. And when I talk about somebody that just didn't fear anything, his soul was one of a kind, and it changed everybody around him. Everybody that know him know that. But like I said, everybody, face death or face something in life, and they don't always make it out. And D Mike did it. Hey, keep putting it in their face, man. Don't stop, D Mike.
At all, man.
Yes, sir.
Definitely proud. I be bumping this shit too. Actually, you know what's so funny? I wasn't that hip to ESTG, even though I've seen all of their music now. But man, I've been listening to the music lately. I'm like, oh, all right. Like,
I'm not gonna lie to you. ESTG is top 5, top 10 street rappers today, right
true.
now. And D Mike is getting better and better. If you listen to first, the
yeah.
beginning to right now, oh my God, my boy getting better.
I feel like their whole crew got their own like swag, like little like flow about it.
Yep. And then they CMG. If anybody know, I used to be a big Gotti fan. Like I was when we was in the all white when it was touchdown Gotti. You know what I'm saying? So now, like I think Gotti got the hardest team in the game.
No,
like you know what I mean? Just like I'm not saying like
I
I'm
feel
just
like the
saying
Midwest.
team.
I feel like the Midwest is really doing a thing when it comes to like street music. You know
Yeah, but you know that ain't Midwest though. Them boys from Memphis.
Memphis not.
He's out Memphis. Hey, nah, that's supposedly South for them.
That really is. I mean,
we in the Midwest, St. Louis. They all like Memphis rappers.
Isn't
money?
Ain't Louisville Midwest?
I mean, it's Kentucky. They kind of claim Kentucky as a
but
southern
y'all
state.
but was Missouri kind of low too?
Midwest.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. But
anyway.
we like half us is in the South and the other half is in the Midwest. Because Chicago right next to us.
Okay.
Yeah.
But a nice little section of America got some good talent right now.
Oh, yeah. I'm a big I like the South. I like Louisiana rappers, Atlanta rappers, and Memphis rappers.
To be honest, right now, them LA boys got me right now.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I can't get with the LA music. They don't stay on beat
different.
for me.
Lil Russell, I know you see me propose for Lil Russell and Simba. Those two dudes killing it right now. I'm sorry. Like,
I think they vibes. They just like I'm just not on that trail, and I hope to be there. You know what I mean? My life just not LA like right now.
Yeah,
like so it's like I feel like music, is always relatable to our lives. Me, I'm big on like words. Like if anything that matches my life, you know what I'm saying, I'ma like it. But if it's like just beats and stuff like that, that's not what's gonna draw me in. Yeah, I like a song, you know what I mean? But an artist, like he gonna have to talk about something that I can relate to. Something.
You ain't shooting on motherfucker. What you mean? That's all them street niggas talk about.
No, they don't though. Some of them can really rap. It ain't even about shooting.
Give me an artist.
Kevin Gates.
All right, you gave me one. Okay.
He thought you gave me one. I gave you my guy.
Yeah, all right. You gave me one. All right.
So Starlito. What else you want? I didn't say who. I said me. I'm not talking. I can't speak for nobody else.
Okay. Let me fall back there. You proved me right. Me wrong. I mean. All right. So to go off of that, last topic of the day. You know, I noticed that the last 2 weeks I've been listening to number R&B.
Okay.
Number R&B, like old school. Some of the new artists now, like Lucky Day, Ari Lennox, Yebba Smith.
That boy's soul on fire.
You know what I'm saying? Like I've been listening to a lot of R&B, and honestly, my spirits have been up.
Oh yeah,
a lot lately.
Oh yeah.
And I noticed, like, you know, when I listen to just like hip hop, you know, like the new music I normally listen to is like, I don't know, I feel like my feng shui just be off. So do you feel like the music you listen to like affects your mood, your feeling?
Oh yeah. And I also feel like you listen to what you feeling. You know what I mean? Like ultimately what you like, how you feel, you gonna go to that music choice. It's not like we just listen to music, we just hear, you know, nobody listen to radio no more. You choose your songs.
I mean,
you can choose your mood.
I will say sometimes, you know, my YouTube, sometimes I recommend some old school stuff.
Yeah.
And you might
but that's because of why? Because you listen to, gonna recommend it because that's what you used to listen to.
Sometimes it switches it up, though. It don't always, because I wasn't on that time. Like the song I actually heard was the Jasmine Sullivan and Ari Lennox song on it.
Yeah.
And mind you, it's a very sexual song. But they sung it so well, I was just like, damn, let me listen to some Ari Lennox.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I need to listen to R&B more. The new R&B is not good for me though. I like that old R&B, that Neo, that Mario.
Listen to Lucky Day, man. Lucky Day. Listen to,
I gotta get on there.
There's a few artists I'll let you know afterwards. But the one that I listened to that was old school was like High Five, like something like old school, like boy band.
But it's like they had a different purpose, but I feel like relationships was different then. So like what they was really talking about was like, oh man. But now it's like you said, like, man, social media makes these relationships like this crazy life with chains all on, and this girl, he buy her a Porsche for her birthday, and he buy, you know what I'm saying? It's like crazy. Like that's what
unrealistic. Unrealistic.
That's what I'm saying. But we be looking, and then we make the memes for it. You know what I mean? But and the thing is, it's like some people entertain it, some people don't. But like I said, we be feeling important. You know what I mean? But whatever we say, it's like, well, my opinion is this about that. And me, I'm the same way. Somebody can say the same thing about me, like, yeah, he just talking. Perfectly fine though. Perfectly fine. All is well. I'm always praying for you. Nothing else. That's all it is.
I'm gonna end it off right here. I appreciate you coming out, man.
Oh man, hey, this is really long overdue. We've been talking about this for like 2 months.
A while now, but better late than never.
Oh man, God has, like we talked about, timing, and I think God's timing is unscheduled, and that's the scary part about life. That we all think like, all right, we can change time or we can make something happen when we wanted to make it happen. Yes, your habits and what you manifest is definitely gonna do it. You know what I mean? But it's not still scheduled. You know what I mean? And it was like, all right, that I feel like that's how I preached it in the Bible. You know what I mean? Just following God wasn't gonna bring you lights and cameras and all the good. No,
it's the work.
Yeah, it's the work. You're gonna have to go through something and make other people believe in your mission. And if you're not willing to do that, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, I can go do this. I can go do that. I can go do. But you gotta have a foundation. You gotta be strong about your foundation, and it gotta be bigger than yourself. Cause you a human, you know what I mean? Like your emotions gonna go up, down, around the corner. We really nature people.
Yeah.
We go with the weather. Like we really go with the weather. You go outside, like you in Texas though, it feel amazing. You walk outside, I be wanting to scream. Like I really be wanting to scream. Nah, just cause I know I'm alive.
Yeah.
And ain't nobody out here worried about me either. So it's like, yeah. And it feels amazing. Like it's like, well, how can you be mad? Like how can it? You in Midwest, cold. It be cold, hot. But Dallas got its it got its extremes. Don't get it twisted.
More good than bad.
You know what I mean? You don't see a lot of people you run into with bad attitudes.
Yeah.
Because what they gonna have an attitude about? It's sunny.
Everybody, this little thing. I asked everybody who I met who was born and raised in Dallas, did they want to move or leave? They all like, nah, for what? Everything's here. I'm just like, man.
Yeah, but I don't think I'm gonna retire here. Like I don't think my life is gonna stop here.
Yeah.
No. But it's like, I think this is the best place for me right now. This is where God put me to serve. And wherever he places me next, I'm not going to question it. I'm just going to do what I'm supposed to do. Keep preaching the word, keep being better, and keep influencing people in a positive light. That's all I can do.
Do you want to drop your business again? You got any promotions coming up? Anything going
So
on?
Look, man, Grind Hard Elite Performance business is at ground level, man. It's a bigger stage. I promise we going up. Right now, we're assembling a team that's with the goals of mission over position. You know what I mean? So it's like we're in the growing stages. So we got virtual training coming out October 1st. We got virtual training is coming back, man. That's a big promotion. A lot of people that was my past clients, they always kept hitting me like, man, what's up? Like, I need a workout plan. I need this and that. This online virtual training program, 5 workouts a week, 4 pre-recorded, 1 live. You can't beat this. All right, you can't beat this. And it's just another way that I can connect back with those people that believed in me from day one. Those are the people that made this happen. And I kept thinking like, man, I got to get back to him. I got to get back to him. So that's coming out October 1st, man. You will see marketing on that probably in about a day or 2. Also, like I said, every first session at the gym, kid, adult, it doesn't matter. It's free. It's free. We're going to bet on ourselves. All you got to do is sign a waiver. We'll take you through a group workout, a personal workout. We'll take you through a boot camp. I do performance training. And like I said, any athletes, we teach mentality. You know what I mean? We're going to be better athletes. That's just given. You know what I mean? We're going to work on it to be better, but we teaching mentality and we making people better.
Where can they buy the merch at?
Where can they buy the merch at, man? grindhardtraining.com. grindhardtraining.com. Go and get y'all a shirt, man, $25. I want to talk about this book real quick, man. This is a book I'm reading right now. I am not a big reader, and I hate it. Like, I want people to know I'm not a big reader. I got to where I was today, and I'm still sitting here like, bro, you need to read more. And I'm forcing myself to read. It's very uncomfortable. I'm like telling myself every day, read at least 10 to 20 pages. Just read whatever. Even if you got to reread it, just read it. But this book called Boundaries, man, I'm not even done. I'm like halfway through. One of my clients' parents gave it to me. And if you read it, it says when to say yes, how to say no, to take control of your life. And that's really what the book about, man. And like I said, in the short time I've read the book, it's like literally teaching me so much about myself. it's like, man, like, dang, why do you think like that? Like, what happened? And it's like telling me about why things happen for me and not for me, and how did I learn things as a child that affects me today. That's what it's big on there. It talks about like your parents. You know what I mean? Like when you was 2 or 3 years old, how did they discipline you when you threw tantrums? That's literally like, no, real talk. Cause you talk to a lot of girls and talk to a lot of people, they be like, man, I gotta have my way. You know what I mean? Like everybody think they gotta have their way. That's not reality.
Life not
but
like
somebody parent, you know what I mean, kept giving them, even when they made mistakes and everything, they just kept supplying them. So they enabled them to think any other way. So now it's uncommon. You know what I mean? It's uncomfortable for you to change. And like I said, it's about boundaries. My biggest thing is, man, has always been to say no to people. I hate it. Like, it's so uncomfortable for me somebody to ask me for something, and I'll be like, nah, I'm gonna find a way. Cause I feel like that's my duty. You know what I mean? But I look back on it and it's like, I'll move for anything. I don't have a boundary. You know what I mean? So ultimately, I'm gonna take on whatever they put me through. And now, like I said, it's still uncommon. And everybody in the book, when it talks about it, when you make certain boundaries, some people they're not gonna equip to it. They're not gonna equip to it because they are loving you unconditionally. You know what I mean? They loving you because you comply to whatever you complying to. So it's like, all right, well, if you set this boundary and you tell them that boundary and they like, what you mean? You always done that. So you saying if I don't do it now, then you can't love me? You can't be my friend? You know what I'm saying? And it'd be big, man. It'd be so big. I talk to so many people. They be like, I hate my exes. You hate your ex. You loved them at one point. But you got that much hate in your heart to hate them now? It's sick. You can't even, you can't tell them happy birthday. Like, you can't wish well for a day. Like, but
we tell your exes happy birthday?
Bro, come on, man.
I'm not saying I wouldn't do it, but bro, I'm not going out my way.
But the thing is, did you love them? That's the question. If you say you didn't love them, okay, then.
I feel like at that moment, I ain't know what love was.
At that moment, you didn't know what love was. Did they give you love? Now that you know what love is today, did they ever give you any love?
I feel like we both gave each other love.
Okay, so you can say happy birthday. Because it's not gonna kill you. It's not gonna kill you. Like what is that? And that's what I'm saying. That's internal. If you can't, all right, man, I'm gonna step outside my comfort zone, tell somebody and wish them just a happy birthday. I didn't say call them. I didn't say text them either. It could be under a post. You probably don't follow them. Y'all blocked each other. You know, blocked all your exes. Let me find out.
No.
All right, that's good though, because most people do.
Yeah, I ain't never that deep.
That's what I'm saying. If you told somebody you love them and then you like, all right, but some people have to block them to heal, right? They be like, yeah, but eventually it'll come back around. You know what I mean? And I'm not projecting go back and double back your exes. If that's what you're trying to say, I'm trying to say happy birthday, man. Be a loving person. Live like God would.
Ooh, okay, we'll end it right here. Yeah,
we're gonna live like that.
We'll end right there. All right, it's your boy Trader Realist. Yeah, remember to support my page on my Patreon by going to patreon.com/RAC podcast, or you just donate to my Cash App Trade with Mabel, whatever easiest for you guys. Please just follow all my social media platforms for my podcast. Everything is RAC_podcast. And for my YouTube, it's Just Do Right Media. If you want to follow me personally, it's Trade the Realist. This was a great podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Keep it real with your loved ones. Peace.